So we all know the news now. Pereira vacates his 205 belt. He is going to move up to heavyweight because this July, he will be turning 39 years old. He is only getting older. Time is ticking for him to make history and become the first ever triple division champion in the UFC. That milestone alone propels him to becoming the undisputed GOAT of the entire sport. I don't care about your arguments. What about GSP? What about Anderson Silva? Yeah, what about him? What about John Jones? Because if he moves up, and let's say, I know Dana said that they didn't want to do Jones in the White House because it's too risky. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do that White House card. It's never going to happen again, right? But if it is Pereira versus Jones, and he knocks Jones out, because he has the power to, they're both the same age, they're both turning 39 in July, they're like exactly the same. I think Pereira's like 2 weeks older than Jones. If he knocks out Jones and he knocks his ass out cold, and then, because remember, this is either going to be for like a fake diamond belt or maybe interim, they're not going to strip Aspinall and then have this fight be for undisputed champion. But let's say he knocks out Jones, and then at the end of the year, he fights the winner of Aspinall Gane, and he knocks whoever's the champion then. Undeniable, undisputed GOAT. And then he can retire into the sunset before he turns 40. Power's the last thing to go. He's massive. If he does fight at heavyweight, he needs to fatten himself up. He can't be fighting at 240 like he does on fight night when he's like 205. He needs to be up. He needs to max out at 265. He's going to have a very chunky belly, but it's okay. That's what he's got to do. Because Jones is going to open up as a minus 500 favorite if this matchup does happen. And immediately he shoots. Leg kicks aren't going to work against Pereira. Jones isn't going to outstrike Pereira. He's going to go to the clinch and look for the trips and take him down. So he's just going to have to dog walk him like he did Ankalaev in the rematch. He just has to be super aggressive and scary and just knock him out. And Jones was looking a little slow and sluggish in the Stipe Miocic fight. Took him 3 rounds to beat up a washed-up 42-year-old Stipe. I'm not underwriting Jones, but like, Pereira has the fucking death touch. I would love to see it happen, and then him like knock out Cyril Gane or Aspinall afterwards, and then retire forever. You can't make the argument. Nobody else comes close to becoming a triple champion. Nobody. Ilya can't do it. I'm sorry, but Ilya cannot fight the top guys at 170. He just can't. He doesn't have the frame for it. He's too small. And people are saying, well, it's not about height. Yeah, it's not about height. It's about weight and combined with height. You got head kicked by a little skinny Jai Herbert that had like 0 muscle mass on his biceps. Almost gets put out cold with that head kick. Imagine what Ilya would look like up against Michael Morales. Just know, it's nasty. It's disgusting to think about. It's sanctioned murder. We don't want to see that. Chimaev could have been triple champ if he became champ at 170. But he doesn't have the frame at 170. He misses weight. He gets sick. He's unreliable. He's inactive. I think Chimaev does have the potential to be double champ because 205 doesn't have a lot of wrestlers right now and grapplers. It's purely strikers, and he could beat Yuri. He could lift Yuri up and toss him. Yuri doesn't weigh that much. He doesn't cut that much, so he could beat Yuri. I think he could also beat Olberg as well. Chimaev's not small. He's 6'2". Right? He's like same size as Volkan Oezdemir. That's what Chimaev at 205 would look like. But Chimaev moving up to heavyweight, I think he would be too small at that point. Imagine Chimaev versus Tom Aspinall. No. So, like, you think about it, there are no other candidates to becoming triple champ right now in this generation, in this era. Maybe 15 years from now in the new era, there's going to be some new complete specimen, some monster that can make weight in 3 different divisions, become champ then. But no, it's got to be Pereira. He's the only guy. Somehow he made weight at 185, knocks out his nemesis in Israel Adesanya, becomes the champion at 205, moves up to heavyweight, fights the champion, whoever it is, knocks the champion out, first ever triple champion. I'm telling you, dude, because there's really nothing left for him at 205. Like, he's not motivated to stay at 205. He's conquered the top of the division. There's always going to be a contender, right? Like, he could have stayed and fight Olberg, but if he knocks Olberg out, then it's like, when is he going to make the move? Because then Mirzakhanov is waiting in the wings. And I would have liked to see that matchup. Mirzakhanov versus Pereira, that's, you know, Mirzakhanov's a black horse in the division. We'll see what he does against Paulo Costa if Costa doesn't pull out, but I'm excited. This is what I hope happens. I want to see Pereira versus Cyril Gane. I think stylistically, that is the one. Striker versus striker. What does Pereira look like up against a striker who is the same size as him, who is very fast and nimble on the feet? I know people like to shit on Cyril Gane. He just doesn't have any grappling in him, so can't stuff it. Well, actually, no, he did stuff one of Aspinall's takedowns, so maybe he's an improved fighter and he's not super duper old. I think he's like 34, right? So I would love to see Cyril Gane versus Pereira. Just got to watch out for the fucking eyepokes. Does it say how old he is here? Oh, he's 35. Okay. Well, that's not that bad for a heavyweight. He'll be younger. He's got the youth advantage in that aspect. But yeah, man. Pereira. Triple champ Pereira. Yuri versus Olberg. I guess they're going to do Mirzakhanov versus the winner of that fight, because they're not going to do Roundtree. Ankalaev, that's not going to happen. They might do Roundtree versus Ankalaev. Or maybe Uzdemir. Wait, I felt like Uzdemir fought Ankalaev already, right? Didn't they have a fight? Pretty sure they did. But I don't know what's going to happen to Ankalaev. UFC aren't interested in giving him a title shot anytime soon. He's probably going to have to win like the next 3 fights. Maybe 2, and then he can hope to be like a backup fighter. But yeah, to be honest, I'm optimistic for the future. Like, this is really it. The final big matchups that happen before these guys enter into their 40s and then they never fight again. You know? This is it. It's now or never. Are they going to do it, or are we just going to wait to see fucking Pereira fight? Like, oh, dude, I know Usyk is fighting Verhoeven, but imagine if they paid Verhoeven like a butt-fuck ton of money for like a 2-fight contract, and Pereira welcomes Verhoeven to the UFC at heavyweight. I know Verhoeven destroys Pereira with the kickboxing, in kickboxing, but in an octagon, can Verhoeven actually defend any takedowns at all? Would Pereira even shoot a takedown? I don't know. Maybe Pereira gets starched out cold in that one. Okay, maybe that's probably what happens. But hey, we never know. It's never going to happen, though. Sad. UFC doesn't want to pay money to fucking Rico, so they lose him to boxing. But I mean, you can't really compete with that. It's fucking Usyk. It's that Turkey Al Sheikh money. What can you fucking do, to be honest? But yeah. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, motherfuckers. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.